Hi, I'm Miranda HP.
And I'm Connor Calloway.
And together we are
the Bountiful Bards.
Thanks for tuning in to our one-on-one D&D podcast,
The Fountains of Cathaidra. What's the hand gesture for?
You may begin speaking.
Oh, we're starting. We're starting again. My apologies. I'm like, what are you pointing at me? You've pointed at me 3 times now. Oh yeah, we started the recording. Hello everyone. We are back for another session or episode of the Fountains of Cathaidra, aka Fuck Around and Find Out. Miranda, how are you?
I'm getting there. Waking up. I'm awake, but my brain is like, but are we though?
Oh, well, you better get awake because right now you're being chased through the streets with your good old jewel crafting friend Caslin, away from the guards who are, after him. Is that really chase music though? That works. So, we're going to go ahead and roll right back into it.
Ah, shit.
You used message to find your good old pal, Caslin, the jewel crafter, quotation marks, who helped you free a certain baby dragon from some poachers.
No, I used sending.
Sending. I do apologize, not message.
I was like, I got really confused because I was like, where is message on here?
Right. Message is short distance. Sending is long distance.
And I don't have message, so,
Yeah, instant message for... Yeah, you can Teams them. Teams them is the cantrip. But to send an email, you actually have to use the spell slot because it's just exhausting to type out.
I guess so.
That's what we're going to start doing, is turning all magic and D&D into, tech-savvy stuff.
Let's not. I'm traumatized. Okay, so, yes, I sending to him, and I found him. He was like, great to see you. Run! And off we go.
Absolutely, because there's like, hey, you there, stop! As you hear the whistles of guards blowing to one another, trying to locate and start the chase through these back alleys as you follow your good old friend Caslin. And he goes, Leah, come on this way, let's go.
Yep,
As you start running down one alley, you look behind you and you see 2 guards peer in, running after you. One of them is indeed bringing up a copper-looking whistle and blowing hard into it. Just this ear-piercing screech that definitely can be heard for hundreds of, or, several feet around, if not further. Maybe even 100.
I remember last time when I said I basically did that. He went that way thing and pointed the opposite direction. I don't know if that carried over to this one.
Well, let's start there then. As you see them running after Caslin and you yell, he went that way. Roll me we're going to do a skill-based challenge. Oh. I need you to roll me a deception check.
Well, my deception's pretty good. Wow, I rolled a 17 and it's +7.
Yeah, but you had to roll it with disadvantage because they were certainly very close enough to see him.
I still rolled a 15 +7.
Okay.
20, what is that, 22? Yeah.
You just kind of ruined my entire skill-based challenge now, because if they go running off a different way, then you've already succeeded. I don't like this game anymore. Let's play the Cthulhu game.
This is like when the brother and sister are playing a game and the sister's winning and the brother's like, this game is stupid.
It's stupid. I don't want to play this game anymore. You just keep pressing the same buttons.
You're just cheating. And the sister who's never done the game before is just like, I'm having a great time. What are you talking about?
So you point and they go running by.
And I'm going to, because I'm waiting until there's clear enough stuff that I'm going to grab Caslin and cast invisibility on both of us.
As you turn around, Caslin is at the other end of the alley still trying to run, and he stops and goes, oh God! As he looks up, and apparently there's another guard that was trying to cut him off down there. Time to give chase.
Okay.
What do you do?
So the guard is watching him, right?
Yeah, at the other end of the alley that he ran into.
And which way? So I'm assuming Caslin's going to be booking it.
He is going to try and book it. So let's just imagine an alley. You're at one end of this alley. He's at the other end. And at this other end, a guard was trying to cut him off. Now he's in front of said guard. What would you like to do? It's a skill base. So what of your skills could you utilize? You can also use your movement to catch up as well. And you can reuse the same skill. That's okay too. Why is none of these in here? Goodness gracious. I gotta bring up his character sheet because apparently it didn't upload the way I wanted it to.
I don't have a lot of stuff that is super useful in this kind of situation that, like, wouldn't, like, murder somebody. And I'm trying not to. So I'm going to... Well, I'm hoping that Kazlan has... Like, because he's a, you know, a jewel crafter, quotation marks. I hope he is sensible enough to have some kind of way to disengage and, like, get himself at least a distance enough away. And I'm going to try to catch up to him and be like going, "Stop, thief!" And I'm gonna make my cloak look similar to how I've seen like the upper ranking, like, because you know, like in Star Wars, how the upper ranking Imperial officers always have cloaks.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to basically have mine look like the upper ranking people's cloaks, and chase after him. And
okay.
I'm gonna, because he's got short little legs, I'm hoping I can catch up to him.
He does have short little legs.
And as soon as we're able to get around an alley, like a corner or something like that, I'm going to cast invisibility on us both. But I think I have to touch him for invisibility, so I'm trying to catch up to him.
You do indeed, and he is, like I said, right in front of a guard. So you come running up and you change your cloak to match what possibly the cloak that the guard is wearing?
Well, just any upper ranking guards that I've seen that have those kind of cloaks, yeah. Like,
okay, roll me a...
I'm doing it as I'm catching up, so it's not like an instant thing. It's just
right, but I want you to roll a check to see if Leah would remember what one of these cloaks would probably look like from just being in the city for like a day. And the kind of check, skill check do you think would be best for that?
Insight maybe?
Insight or perception? Nah, insight's good. We can go with insight.
Because insight is wisdom based, right? So it would be kind of like a...
Yeah, insight. Just you're trying to remember what the guards. One could argue history, but I think insight will be just as perfect as well. So yeah, give me a history check.
Okay,
not me an insight check.
A dirty 20.
Ooh. So very expertly, you change your cloak to look very reminiscent of what the higher echelon of guards would wear, to the point where it not only is it turning this dark amber orange, it also has a little emblem that appears to be like on the top left chest, kind of lapel. It's not a patch per se, but you put enough color into it where it kind of looks like if a guard were to pay attention close to it and inspect it, they would see it was fake. But at first glance, they're like, oh God. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you run up saying what?
No, stop, thief. Well, because I don't know. Okay, so is there nowhere else for Kazlan to go? He's trapped. That's why he stopped? Not
trapped. At the end of the alley, there is a split.
Right.
The guard came from the right as you're looking, and he could easily go left, but the guard literally just jumped out and grabbed him. He wasn't paying enough attention. So as the guard reaches out and grabs him, you say that as you walk up, and he looks up and over, and I think that is a perfect time for Kazlan to try and break free. So let's see if we can. Where is his? It's not uncanny dodge. It's not sneak attack. He just offs the guard right then and there.
Oh God.
I was like, yeah, welcome to Dark Souls.
No.
Oh goodness gracious. Let's see here.
Does he have disengage, or what is it that rogues can do?
He has dodge, grapple, yes. He does have disengage, but I think that's not if he's grappled.
Feign death. Just
right.
Flops over.
Just dies. All right, let's see here.
He's like the fainting goats, you know. You surprise them and they fall over.
Like I say, he was about to grab him, if anything, because it was so quick. So, as a disengage...
I wonder if he can disengage between his legs because he's taller.
Yippee! Technically, he could.
Because halflings can take up the same space as a normal-sized humanoid.
That's very true. I'm going to have him use an acrobatics check for that reason. So 12 plus 9 is absolutely enough for, as the guard looks up for that split second, he breaks eye contact with Kazlan, who immediately sees that and goes, woo, 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 and just kind of, tucks and rolls and goes underneath the guard, and then gets up and starts sprinting away.
cut him off to the left. And I'm going to point, like, around the corner so he can, like, go that way.
Okay.
Got him this way.
Ooh.
We've got another team coming the other way. Go that way.
Give me an intimidation check because you're speaking from an air of authority.
Intimidation. I don't have very good intimidation. Oh, I do. Never mind. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, I do. Never mind. 13.
Because I guess it's verbal.
The DC has gone down because of your previous successes. So yes, he goes, yes, ma'am, without even looking at you a second glance, and begins to take off down a different alley. Because back here in all these buildings, it's basically a build where you could kind of scenario where it's enough where it's 1 to 2 people wide. And this is where people always dump their feces and stuff like that. So
what kind of civilized town is this?
It's a medieval civilized town. They've got to dump it somewhere.
Aqueducts. Y'all ain't never heard of none of them.
They definitely feel like the city doesn't give back for all the taxes that they pay, and this is a way to get back at them.
Gross. Okay. And I'm still going to try to catch up to Kazlan.
All right. So you give me an athletics check to see if you can catch up to this nimble creature.
And
Though
I'm
he
dashing.
has short legs, he is quick. Do what?
I'm dashing. Kazlan, quit being an idiot. Athletics check is just +1, so it's 12.
He yells back, it's the only way I know how to be.
Get over here.
Okay, so you're going to tell him to get over here. This is probably going to be your last roll. Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Because he knows you.
I was hoping for a natural 20, but it was pretty close. Persuasion is +7 and 18 is my roll.
No, why couldn't it be a natural 20? He stops. He just dust comes up as his heels dig in, and he turns around.
Grab him invisibility.
Okay.
Just immediately to both of us.
What's happening? What's happening?
Hush.
No, you don't tell me to hush. I can't see my hands.
Yes, that's the point.
I'm blinking, but I can't shut my eyes.
Okay, dramatic.
They went this way. Where'd they go? I don't know. There was a captain here, but she's gone now. She? There's no she captains that are stationed in this area. Huh? You fool! And you hear a smack of a gauntlet on a helmet as they continue to run through.
And we're doing the bada.
The Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Yes, the Kronk. Okay, so yeah, because he is, so he's invisible with me.
Okay.
And wait until, like, everything calms down, and then just kind of, like, still holding on to him. Like, in kind of that, like, shoulder death grip.
Everything seems to have calmed down by now. A minute or two has passed, and you hear the whistles going off in different directions.
Okay, so I'll lean down and whisper to him, start walking towards somewhere safe.
Okay. How do you know which way I'm going?
I'm going to keep hanging on to you.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea.
And I'll hold, transfer one hand to the top of his head, so I'm not, like, bending over.
Why can I not see my hands?
I cast invisibility.
You cast what?
Invisibility.
You can do that now?
Yes. Questions later. Move now.
Okay, we are moving, and you feel him moving.
Yep, following him to wherever he feels safe. Before we get out into the, like, wherever we're going, I'll drop it, obviously.
Okay.
And change my cloak to look normal.
A good 10 or 15 minutes later, as Kazlan is beginning to lead you southeastward from upper low to what you instantly realize is lower low. And it's kind of, you know how when you can step into a room or you step through a place that has just a complete separate temperature and you can instantly feel it on your skin? You get that same vibe when you go from the buildings that were somewhat dirty but well kept, maintained. The patches were in place. There were cobbled streets, but some of them were fractured and broken and can use replacements. You step off those cobblestone paths just into straight dirt and mud paths. All the buildings here they're in as best condition as a hovel can be, if that makes any sense. People have definitely taken bits of debris and trash and leftovers from the world and made nice little homes here. And you can definitely feel that. It is for sure seedier. Seedier, is that a good word? Kind of like a little air of danger. Yeah, it definitely feels like a seedier part of town. But from your bardic instinct and just as your short-time knowledge of your friend Kazlan, you get the vibe this feels like home to him.
Okay. I'll make sure that, I drop invisibility and kind of adjust my cloak to match the surroundings so I don't look too nice.
He's like, I can see again. Look at my hands. Look at my beautiful little fingers. They're all there.
Yes,
Leah,
we need to
look
get
at
someplace
you.
where we can talk.
Look at this cloak. And he lifts up your cloak. Where did you get this thing? And this bag? What is this? And this jewelry? What is... Where have you been? What's been going on?
Well, you know, I've been around and a lot of things have happened, and we need to get to a good spot where we can chat.
That answers nothing. Chat. You cool coming back to my place?
If you'd like to, and if you promise not to rob me blind and or kill me.
Ah, don't do that. I'm a jewel crafter.
You're a pointy jewel crafter.
Hey. You got anything you need me to work on?
I'm going to use just a tiny bit of prestidigitation just at his level just to see little sparks on my fingertips. I'm like, don't.
That's okay. I won't.
Cool.
And then, but you look over in his left hand and then there's now a dagger there. And then it's gone when he turns his hands over. I won't do anything.
Told you were pointy.
I'm not pointy.
I've missed you, buddy. Let's go.
Me too. And he kind of goes up and hugs your leg.
Pat.
All right, let's go.
Kind of like I did with Rowan, just like,
there you go.
Small child. Okay.
About 5 minutes later, he leads you to a back alley where there, at first it just looks like several stacks of sticks or, logs leaning against the back of a house. But as you get closer, it is definitely a makeshift ladder that he begins to climb up.
Is that going to hold me?
I don't know. He keeps going.
I'll wait till he gets up far enough that I won't kill him if I go up with him.
Okay, he's up at the top now. He's climbed about 2 floors and then he disappears onto a roof.
All right, feet don't fail me now. I will climb up behind him, hoping that the chonky little halfling is relatively chonky enough to make a ladder that won't yeet her off the edge.
Let's roll and see.
Leah is not as...
I did not. Sorry, they hit my cup.
Yes.
Okay, no, it stabilizes this time, and you're fine as you get up.
Leah does not weigh as much as Miranda does, so... That's
true, but as you're climbing, you definitely, if anybody's ever climbed a ladder that's not completely level, and there's a little bit of a rick to it, but you get to the top of the thatched, semi-thatched, semi-clay top tiled, a hodgepodge of roofing, and you see there is this little bitty structure about 5 by 5 feet and about 5 feet tall, and it just looks like a little hut that has mud bricks along 3 sides of it, and on the front there's like a hanging heavy tarp that Caslin pulls back and goes, "Hey, in here."
I follow him.
All right, and you go inside, and now you are inside this little ramshackled hut on top of another building. You see in the corner there is a splotch of fresh hay. You can actually smell fresh hay in here, along with a potato sack that may also be full of hay, with a nice rolled blanket on top of it. And then there's also, Caslin's backpack that you've seen him have before, nestled in the corner as well. And maybe like 1 or 2 bits of chipped pottery and cups. He goes, welcome. It's not much, but it's my accommodations, and here you go.
Nice place you got here.
Yeah, I'm homeless. So,
well, this looks like a home for me. You got to start somewhere, right?
Yep, and I started here. So,
right.
What's going on? Why are you here? You usually don't come. Usually, when you're in places, simple things aren't happening. It's something way bigger.
Yeah. So, heard any rumors lately?
I've heard a lot of rumors.
Any rumors that made you go, Leah?
No, but yes. We've had a lot going on around here. First you answer my questions and maybe I can answer yours. What's going on?
So, you interested in a heist?
Yes. Because someone needs jewels fixed, right?
Absolutely.
Needs to be resetting some stones?
Oh, 100%. We're talking about a major reset that's super important.
Ah, okay. Well, it's a possibility. I'm interested. What's the heist?
We're going to stick it to the man.
Ah, there's a lot of men. Which one?
The big ones. The one with the fancy cathedrals and whatnot.
Who in the cathedrals?
The upper echelon?
How up?
All the way at the tippy top.
Of the city or the church?
The church.
The angel?
No. The ones we can actually see.
Below the angel?
Yep.
The archcleric?
Yeah, I already did it once. It was kind of fun.
You did what?
Yeah. I stole
Quit being vague.
jewelry.
What happened?
I activated one of the fountains that they have been cutting off.
Well, what's a fountain?
It is the font of magical inspiration that they channeled off. It's a long story. Can I tell him the story of like what happened just like real succinctly?
Of course. So is there anything of the story so far that I know you're going to go over it as a bard would in very succinct, easy, probably 10 to 15 minute discussion? Is there any parts you want to leave out, or do you want to tell them the whole kit and caboodle?
I don't think that. Well, no, I'm going to tell him the whole kit caboodle because I know that as a bard speaking to a rogue / thief / jewel crafter, he's going to assume that I'm lying anyway. So I'm going to be completely honest and let him imagine that I've left something out.
So you tell him about the fountains?
Absolutely.
Do you tell him about the dragons?
Yep. Because, he's already met the dragon.
Do you tell him about the goddess that put you on this mission?
Absolutely. She's shiny.
Okay. And you tell him about the Tower of Radiant?
Yeah.
Okay. As you start to tell this story, he's definitely giving you a look of, you fucking with me, right? And his look of constant questioning, you're fucking with me, right? Gets a little more desperate as you keep going. He's like, you're definitely fucking with me, right? Like, you're just making this shit up. And then you start getting up to the point where you attack Miro and take the key from around the neck of the arch. Well, not around the neck. It was in his office. From the
I resent attack.
Yeah, not attack.
I infiltrated.
You acquired a key that led you to this fountain of magic that you then released back into the air, thus putting you even higher in the rankings of dangerous, catch dead or alive. There's a bounty on your head by the church. And about that time, Kazlan is just going from you're fucking with me to you can roll me a persuasion check. Let's go with advantage because he does trust you and he has seen some shit. He knows your secrets just like you know his.
21.
21. He goes, you're serious?
Yep.
Oh, you stole from an arch cleric.
Now, to be fair, we had no idea that any of this would happen this way.
Do you have the artifact that you stole from him?
Yeah, I do, right?
You I would say you kept it because it's the key that can also turn off the fountain again.
And it's in my, yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you bring it out so you can see it?
Sure. Because it's in my bag of holding and I'm going to still hang on to it. I'm not going to let him touch it. Be like, don't.
That's okay.
Just in case.
He goes, all right, just hold the string. He goes, and he takes it, he looks at it, and he goes, this is legit.
Uh-huh.
I can feel how legit, like, I can feel the pressure of this thing.
I'll put it back in my bag of holding.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh my angel.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you're here for Twingle.
Yes. Well,
she's the arch cleric here in Eastway.
I'm not here to
This explains a lot.
do anything with her if I don't have to. I'm assuming that because of the last heist that things are going to be a little harder this time, but that's why I came to the expert.
I'm okay. Sorry. You made me feel all warm and fuzzy saying that. And he kind of gets a little teary-eyed and he goes, I'm not an expert. I'm trying to be one. And my turn. You ready?
Well, I'm gonna before he does that.
What you've told me is actually clearing up a lot of stuff that's been happening here in the city, I think. I'm not sure, and I know somebody who can tell us if we're sure or not, but some shit's been going on in this city, and I think you had something to do with it.
I'm gonna get like on his level, so whether it be like kneeling down or whatever, and I'm gonna put both hands on his shoulders and be like, I have absolute confidence in you. You are gonna help me out, and I think that this could be really amazing for you. I feel like this is gonna impact you more than you think, and I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration just to kind of like give him a little
just
like
inspiring.
Boost.
Just the storytelling inspiring. I love that.
I just want to give him a little boost because I feel like he's young enough to be reckless enough to want to be involved in this, and I'm trying to help like overcome any of that like that pesky self-preservation he might have. But seeing that he just like yeeted himself down an alley with guards chasing him, I don't think there's that much self-preservation in there. So I'm just trying to help like boost that confidence a little.
And the fact that you're using one of your bardic inspirations, you're just going to go ahead and waste a point just to give a little. He doesn't have to make a roll, but you're just going to encourage his feelings a little bit. for that, I'm going to reward you with a DM inspiration for this session where you can roll anything with advantage if you wish to.
Yay!
So basically, you get 1 luck point. Caslin goes, thanks, Leah. That means a lot. Hey, where's your brother again?
He is what city did he go to again?
I think he went to Hillvane, or did he go to... Hold on, it's right here in my notes. Let me scroll way back up. I actually wrote it all down because I'm making sure I'm keeping better notes. That's right. Jimothy went to Hillvane. Yeah.
Okay. He's in Hillvane, and my parents got sucked into this because they're my parents, and they're helping scope out the other cities as well.
Okay, so are we just scoping for this fountain, or are we going to try and do what you did in Miro here?
Let's put it this way. If we see an opportunity, we're going to take it.
I love the way you think. Tell your brother I said I missed him when you see him next.
I absolutely will. And honestly, I feel like at this point you might be able to come along with it because I think it'd be really cool to see this through, don't you?
Let's pin that.
I mean, just think you could see the world. You could free it.
Let's pin that.
Okay. I'll wink at him. Just think of all the jewels you could find.
Recently, how long ago, or the time frames you told me, I think, of when you unlocked the fountain. I think about a day after, the archcleric, who usually presides in the cathedral, she has her own apartments there, packed up and relocated in the city, actually outside of the city.
Where?
She is in, as far as I know, Castle Ordain. Which gate did you come in from the city? Did you? And obviously, you must have come from the north, so you came through the north gate.
Yes.
So did you see the big castle to the left?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's Castle Ordain. That is the castle to where the Anointed Lady also resides.
Who's the Anointed Lady?
Anessa. Anessa Colta is her name. She presides over there. She's not very popular with the merchant guilds here, but we can go more into that a little bit later. But out of nowhere, the archcleric just packed up, moved to Castle Ordain, and she only comes back to the cathedral whenever they're having mass and services, and then she immediately gets in a carriage with armed guards and heads right back to the castle.
So she most likely has the key on her then, right?
I don't know. But
so I think the first thing we have to find out so what I can infer from those movements is that the fountain is most likely within or under Castle Ordain, probably.
I guess that's a good hunch.
It's a much older structure, right?
I'm
asking the DM because like when we came in, I remember it was like really different looking.
You can roll me a history check, but it's gonna be a high DC.
Oh, well then I have no idea because I rolled a 3 and I think I have like plus 5 to history, so 8.
You have a good hunch. As a player and a character, you have a good hunch, but you have no way of verifying that right now. But Caslin goes, I haven't been here long, but I think I have somebody. I know somebody, my mentor here. Yeah, it's a bittersweet relationship. I'm trying to gain entry to a organization here, and I've been going through a hazing phase. They're not beating me to death, but it's definitely the thing with the guards.
Yep.
I was supposed to get seen doing something because I need to be able to prove that I can get out of a sticky situation just as much as I can get into one without being noticed. So that was my third time being pseudo caught or seen up to a heist, and it was a very, very stupid burglary because I did it in broad daylight, and I was supposed to do everything the stupid way. But it's just so. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So I would say you got away with it, right?
I did because you got me away. And look, stay here. The individual I'm talking about is not far. I can be back in an hour. I have to see if it's okay if I bring you to them.
Okay, and if that's the case, then I also want you to thief-proof me, so we're gonna like put things places that are harder to get to.
So you want me to see like if you're easily to pickpocket?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. Let me look here.
Well, because I don't really have a lot on me, because I knew that I was gonna be like meandering around.
That's really cool though, Miranda. The fact that you want to ask a thief to make sure you're thief-proof. I Love that bit of storytelling you just tossed in there. That is
because I'm gonna put my bag of holding between my boobs.
That's you cannot manage that.
What? How big is it?
I don't know. How big is Leah's chest?
No, like when you stick your wallet in your bra, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Scanlan gives you once over. Caslin gives you once over. He lifts up your cloak. He goes, well, you don't have any coins or anything on you. He goes, may I pat you?
Yeah, of course. Do what you would do if you were going to pickpocket.
Well, then you're paying attention to me. But anyways, and then
Well, yeah, but they use misdirection anyway. Like, when you pay attention to a pickpocket, they're using that to distract you from what they're actually doing.
Very true. With his sleight of hand, he gives you a once over and goes, everything, where is all your stuff?
Not here.
Why do you have an empty bag?
Give that back.
Hold on. He looks inside of it. He goes, where did that pendant go you pulled out from there?
Away.
Where do you get all these magical goodies?
Well, remember that dragon that we helped out?
I do.
The dragon had a mommy. Mommy had swag.
Ooh.
That's why I said, you stick with this, there could be some real shinies in it for you. After all, check out the shirt.
Why didn't I stay with you originally?
I don't know.
I feel like I've made a mistake.
Oh, well, we can rectify that.
That's a pretty shirt. Okay. All right. Stay here.
Tink, 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 tink.
Here's one thing I have to do. The only way I'm going to get this individual to speak with you is I'm going to have to say you are powerful.
That's fine.
Because
I am powerful. I'll pull out the loot from the bag.
Okay. Because they too have capabilities.
I believe it.
You cool with that?
Yeah. Just, here's the thing. So what I think, and you know how the game is played, right? So what I think you should do is...
I'll vibe check them.
And what you should do is you shouldn't be specific, but let them make their own assumptions and lean into what those assumptions are. That way you're never actually lying.
I can't lie to this individual.
That's what I'm saying. You're never going to lie.
I'm not.
Absolutely.
Leah.
I don't want you to lie.
All right.
What did I just say? Don't lie.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll be here.
He opens up his cloak. He opens up the tarp, and as he does, you hear a...
Birdies.
Yeah, he looks up and goes, that was a hawk.
Uh-oh.
And, oh, well. And he's like, all right, I'll be back. He takes off.
I'm going to... Okay, so while he's gone, because you said it's like an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to... Okay,
Yeah, you have 1 hour for a short rest. Anything you want to do before he returns?
Yeah, I want to scope the area out, because if it was a hawk, that's real sus.
Why is it sus?
Because hawks don't do that. Pigeons do that. Hawks don't do that. Is there a place
Hawks just stare at you when you look at them and they're like, you want to do this? I ain't afraid of you.
Especially if it's got like a little thing around its ankle. I don't trust it.
Oh.
There are eyes and ears everywhere.
You can roll a perception check with, whenever he says it was a hawk.
17.
You look out and you do see a hawk fly off, but it doesn't seem like there's anything extra attached to him.
I still don't trust it. So, especially because
it's a red-tailed hawk.
In a city? No. So what I'm going to do...
A lot of pigeons.
Yum, yum. Is there an area, where I can see the hideout that, is also hidden? Because I basically want to go to an area that is, isolated, away from other stuff, so, not interfere with anybody.
Give me another perception check. I love this. All these rolls you're doing.
Well, because I want to basically watch the hideout to see if anyone's trying to watch me.
That's fine.
Nat 20.
There is nothing up here that you would consider safe enough to hide in. But you do know how to get up here. And there might be somewhere down in the alley you can hide in.
Well, that's
and see who's coming and going. Okay.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. So with that natural 20, I would say you looking around, you're like, okay, Assassin's Creed, there's no hay bales or there's no... And I actually based this little hideout off the Assassin's Creed rooftop, from playing in the old games. But there's no more of those in sight. But definitely you can crawl back down and you see a couple of crates that you can wedge in between. There's enough space that the way they're stacked that you can see the ladder going up, and that's probably a good place to hang out.
And put my, my hood up and make it blend in, look kind of like mottled shadows and stuff, veterinary.
Not a beggar cloak?
No, I want it to, it's I never saw you in any of my classes. Yes, I know. That kind of thing. To where
you're supposed to be in my spy class. Or it's the stealth class. Yeah. He's like, I never saw you in my classes. He's like, because I'm making straight A's.
Yes, exactly. So, the mottled kind of it looks like shadows do, where it's not one color. It's just a bunch of colors. And as long as I'm being perfectly still,
Absolutely. Okay.
And I'm not doing anything at all. So you said that counts as a short rest?
Yeah.
What do I get back with a short rest? I don't remember.
As a bard, I don't think you get back really anything. You can just get back health. Oh,
I get my inspiration back.
Yes, you do. You do get your inspiration back.
But honestly, for Kazlan, I wouldn't have minded wasting that anyway. I still think he would have utilized it. But I don't get any spell slots back on short rests, right?
No. An hour passes, and you hear somebody coming down the alley. And short figure walks in front of the crates heading towards the ladder.
I want to see if he sees me.
He does not. Roll me a stealth check, and we'll see if he sees you.
Do I get advantage because I'm not moving and I'm hidden?
I'm going to say no.
Really?
Well, no, because you're not moving, but I'm going to... Yeah, go ahead.
It's like, what? That's not fair.
Well, I mean, what's the failure disadvantage? I mean, advantage among friends. What'd you get?
Let me see. My stealth is +2, so 21.
His standard perception, passive perception. No, he does not see you as he just goes waltzing by, and you hear him humming lightly to himself.
I'm keeping an eye out in case somebody followed him as well.
Okay, he gets about halfway up the ladder. You don't see anybody else coming down the street.
Okay, I'll wait till he gets up, and then I'll dash up the ladder.
Okay, you dash up the ladder behind him, and he's over, and he's like, Leah. Are you invisible again?
Nope.
And he starts waving and turns around. Why?
For safety. I didn't know if they'd send someone over here or if you'd be followed. I thought it was smart.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I'm not a jewel crafter. I know I'm.
But you did good. Good job.
Maybe right. I'm gonna do a class into it. You never know.
You never know. Are you you ready to go?
I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna tuck the bag of holding in my bra kind of thing, so it's cinched underneath the band underneath,
right, or
whatever passes a bra in D&D. You never hear them really talk about that, but
I hear you.
I imagine that we want the tatas in place. I don't know about those jiggling. Weird.
That's very true. And I mean, your bag of holding is just a satchel, or did you want it to be something else? Did you want to be a fanny pack of holding?
No, I was thinking just a regular bag. I didn't know how large it is.
About as big as my. About as big as my my workout bag outside.
Oh, it's that big.
Well, you definitely can open it up a laptop bag.
Okay.
But a small laptop, not like a 18-inch full gaming rig laptop, but a small one like you would for school. Okay. About as big as your briefcase.
Okay, so I'll just do the. Because I remember at one point I said I had the straps on it going across my waist and stuff, so it's really difficult to remove. From
Okay, yeah. So that's fine. You could have definitely.
There's a strap across my waist. There's a crossbody strap that goes under my cloak, so that you can't just yoink it.
Gotcha.
Or one strap goes over, one strap goes.
And we can even say for Kazlan, he's these little hooks these metal hooks for the leather. He goes, they're not good enough. Here, let me get you something, and he rummages and gets you out these little carbiners that they lock, and there's a pin that slides in place. It's very unnoticeable, but you cannot unlatch it without knowing the pin's there.
Yep.
Okay. So he definitely gave you that, because why not?
Can you make something in a bag of holding not just vanish into the ether? Can it just sit in it?
No, it's when it goes in, it vanishes.
Okay, I'm just curious. It'd be real funny if it was just one tomato, nothing else. Just
you can, when you're reaching in, you can say, or whenever you're opening the bag, you can be thinking about the tomato, and the tomato will appear.
Okay.
It will rot over time, though. So.
Oh, I know. It'd just be really funny.
You can put yarn in there, just a whole bunch of. Oh, it's my yarn bag, and you open it up, and you think about yarn, and there's just piles of yarn in there.
Oh yeah, and it's the good yarn too.
Yeah, but you gotta get the yarn. Anyways. He goes, okay, we're going to go see the OCM.
OCM?
Yeah.
What's
I have permission to bring you there. So first off, let me tell you about the TCM.
Oh, God, so many acronyms.
Yeah, they're big on acronyms around here. TCM is the Transparent Confederation of Merchants.
Transparent Confederation of Merchants.
Yeah, they run all the trade here in Easeway. Did you hear all the clinking and clanging when you came in from the north gate?
Yep.
Yeah, that's where they are, and that's what they're over. Basically, there is a individual from the beginning of from the head of each trade around here, and they all come together in the craft corner. They have their headquarters there, and they're over. So
I'm guessing the OCM is the Obscured Confederacy of Merchants?
Opaque.
All right.
Yeah. It's. So anyways, the TCM, they're over all the trades and where the goods are going and the pricing and stuff like that, but they're also responsible for collecting taxes for the Anointed Lady. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, they do not like her because she is, You ever had a boss or work for somebody or even your parents that just literally wanted to control everything you did every single day?
Yes.
Yeah, they're like that. Or she's like that to them. So, but anyways, yeah. So this OCM is the opposite. We're the other organization, the shadow organization. Well, not we. I'm not in it yet, but I'm about to be. I hope. I hope you don't mind. I'm kind of going to try and use you to finish my entry into this.
I would expect nothing less.
Cool. All right.
So, what should I look like? I can adjust my cloak a little bit.
You look fine. You look the best you can be. Because
it's still a pretty rundown cloak, but so I make it look really ragged and all that. So it looks just like super.
Right. No, you look great. You look amazing.
I was telling the DM that.
Oh, okay. Well, the Caslin says you look amazing because he is quite a good friend. All right. He goes, here it is. Welcome. And you were standing outside of a very rinky-dink looking rundown thrift store.
Okay. To a thrift store.
Come on in.
Love thrifting.
You go inside and there's just a hodgepodge of just fancy looking yet now broken semi-fixed furniture. Like you look over and you're like, there is definitely a masterwork carved dining chair, but two of the legs are mismatched as if pieced together by another dining chair from a different set. You see a table with broken corners on it. You see even window fixtures with broken out windows and stuff like that, but the frame is still there. Everything in here was once probably owned by those in not even upper low, but even higher, the upper ups where all the rich hoity-toity people live. But once their stuff starts getting broken or run down, it just, instead of going to the trash, it seems like that it's brought here to be sold and semi-fixed. Behind the counter,
do I see anything musical in nature?
Roll me a perception check.
A nat 20.
You see a harp without strings.
Is it nice?
No.
No.
No one cared for it.
Could I care for it? Is it a hand harp?
It is a hand harp.
Can I go look at it?
No, I wouldn't say it's a hand harp. I would definitely say it's a full harp.
Oh, it's a full harp. Never mind.
You can go look at it, though, but the strings are missing, and there's chips on it, and you can actually see it looks like somebody took, like, a chisel to it, and, like, a child, like, right at child height, and just, and there's teeth marks from maybe a dog or something on it. And you see it standing there, and it has a beam of light coming through the roof where the roof's not completely full, right on it, and it looks very sad. You had to ask. Here on the island.
Oh, shut up. Okay. Anyway, I'll go back to work as.
Can I help you? And you look over, and there is a half-orc individual, large rotund belly, blackish hair up in a ponytail, a dirty goatee with black, dark brown, almost black eyes, just kind of peering and glaring. Who's this? Is this the person you wanted to bring? Cassian goes, yep, this is her.
Hi.
Okay. Hi. Any funny business and I'll cut off your head, okay?
Noted.
It's in the back. Thank you. Caslin walks on down towards the back, trying to squeeze in between these stacks of just junk.
And as we go by the orc, or the half orc, I'll just wink at him and be like, I like it. Good job. Yeah, I'm trying to cause that kind of confusion.
He glares at you as you go by. Give me a confusion check.
What's a confusion check?
Charisma plus a roll. And you're roll to confuse him.
Okay.
Or stagger.
Like a saving throw or check?
Do a saving throw.
Okay, so charisma 21.
Okay, he's definitely staggered as you keep going back.
Yeah. The bardic wink, okay? It always wins.
You get to the back and there's a chair that says on it, it's a rocking chair, and it says, fragile, do not sit. And Caslin gestures and goes, have a seat.
I kind of look at him, look at the chair, and I go sit.
All right, you sit down and there's a hard creak as you sit down. You're like really scared if it's going to help you. And Caslin walks up and goes, okay, you ready?
Yep.
Good. And he grabs the bottom of the rocking chair and flips it up, and you go flipping backwards.
Whee.
And instead of where you think you would hit your head on the back of the the dirty wooden floor, you keep falling. And you feel you're like, if you've fallen out of bed, or just that instant where, your stomach drops as your eyesight on either side of you just vanish in the darkness. And above you is just a rectangle of light. And you see smiling down at you, your good old jewel crafting friend, Caslin, as you go falling into this dark pit.
Featherfall. It's reaction.
Maybe you can use that reaction when we come back later on.
Oh no!
Because
Caslin's betrayed me. I'll kill him. I cast Fireball.
As Leah falls through this pit, she said, Caslin's smiling. Leah just casts Fireball up, and just the entire place, since it's just full of all this broken wooden furniture, is just kindled.
I'm kidding. I don't do that.
I know you don't do that. I don't ask what my friends are doing. I say I cast Fireball.
Yeeted into abyss.
Right. I think this is a good place to end this episode. And next time when we come back, you're going to meet probably one of the head honchos of the OCM. Or the Thieves Guild of Easeway. Thank you for coming along, everybody. Say goodbye, Miranda.
Goodbye, Miranda.
See you next time. Thank you for listening. Please leave a review anywhere you found us. You can reach out to us on Twitter at Bountiful Bards. We hope to see you again on the civilized road.
And bring bread and cheese.
As the story goes, until then.